Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim with Julian here. In the last episode, we finally made it to Winterhold. And, wow, there's the Shrine of Zora. Very, very statuesque indeed. And, we also made it to the College of Winterhold. And we just got accepted by,
No matter what, the college will endure.
By this lovely elf lady that enjoys throwing around sparkly balls of light. But anyway, we are going to head in and talk to Mirabelle because that's what we were told to do. And Julian is very, very eager to begin his studies as a mage.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reason behind the decision.
You may be used to the Empire bowing
They seem
to your
busy,
every whim, but I'm
Lydia.
afraid you'll find that Balmor received no such treatment here. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage.
Alright then.
I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
Frostfall done.
Yes,
Frostfall is
of
enabled.
course.
What?
The Archmage has me.
Frostfall has been
Very good.
enabled.
Then we're done here.
What are you talking about? Sorry guys. That's very, very odd. What on earth? I'm also trying to, put on clothing. Where? Oh, there it is. No, not. It's gonna be this. That was odd, but okay. Cause yeah, Frostfall has been enabled. Like you could just see that we were warming up earlier, but all right then. Excuse me, Mirabelle, Irvine. We were. Hello.
Welcome to the college.
Oh yes. I was told to come speak to you after being admitted to
Welcome
college.
to the college.
Yeah, thank you. I was told to come to see you.
Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes. I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin?
Yes, I'd love to have a look around.
Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's
Is this
our
it?
primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The
All right.
Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied. Thus, I run the day-to-day operations.
Okay.
Now, if you'll please follow me, I'll show you the living quarters. Unfortunately, we've had to implement more stringent entry procedures due to some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared.
So, you said that the Archmage deals with more official matters. Does that mean we come to you for, the day-to-day type things? No? Okay. Silent guided tour, I suppose. And interesting, grounds you have. And, spinny bits. I like the spinny bits. They're a bit off-center, though. You might want to, well,
Our newest members are
Yeah.
housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments.
All right. Lydia, do you see the spinning bits? They're freaking amazing.
Now I'll
Alright.
show you to your quarters. You're
Ma-
going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly.
You just give me a room.
This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions.
Yes, absolutely. Just give me a moment to get situated if you may. I'll be right out. Alright guys, I am going to quickly put up Julien's things, his belongings, and then I will be right back. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, and we're back. We put Julien's books, these are actually, you know, almost all of his books, on these bookshelves. I'm actually pretty proud of that, you know. It's a nice little collection. Some of his letters and treasure maps we have yet to use. We have potions in here. We have scrolls in here. We have his backpack. We stored some gold and our soul gems in the strongbox. Nothing in there. Nothing in these. And this is kind of like our to-go box. All the things we need to take should we need to go out on an adventure. And Lydia's apparently walked in. But it's time to go, Lydia. It's time to go to class. Actually, you know what? I'd prefer it if you could wait here.
As you wish, my Thane.
Thank you. Alright.
Initially, you'll be learning from Tolfdir, one of our most esteemed wizards.
Sorry if I took too long. I was just trying to get my belongings settled. But thank you. So yeah, Julien's first day in college, and I think he is pretty excited about it.
Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know.
Alright, I don't know what problems I'd be having, but I will definitely do so. Alright, let's, we have an apple? Yeah, let's snack on an apple and get a swig of water. Alright, so the Hall of the Elements. Let's, head to class, I guess.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen.
Definitely.
So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and...
Apparently, I think this is a, hoods off lesson.
destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades, of practice and study.
Then what are we waiting for?
Exactly, let's get started.
Please, please.
You owe me some mead.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. Why not give us a chance to show you what we can do?
You've been quiet so far. What do you think we should do?
Well, I think we should learn something practical at least.
Is that so?
See, he agrees with us too. Why don't you actually show us something?
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right?
Okay.
Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells?
I actually don't know any of them, to be honest.
That's all right. I can teach you a very basic ward, one that's enough for the purposes of this lesson. Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block it with the ward. Here we go. Over there, please, just opposite me.
Just
Wouldn't want
here,
anything else
or...
in the way.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
Cast the ward spell, and keep it up.
Alright, wards, should be restoration. And we are actually going to favorite that. To just, like, cast it.
Still,
Hey, whoa,
have to keep the
aye,
ward out,
hey.
or else this won't work. I don't want to hurt you.
Well, you already did.
Over there, please. Just opposite
Singed my robe, at least.
Want anyone else in the way?
I'm...
Now, cast the ward spell and keep it up. You have to keep your ward up, or else this won't work. I don't want to hurt you.
Well, I'm trying. Can we...
Over there, please. Just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way.
You're one of those
Hold
teachers.
still. Excellent work. Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like
Did I
you all
just-
to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The college has
Okay.
undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Sarthal nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity. I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you.
All right.
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You give an old man hope.
Could you tell me a little bit more about wards?
The key to wards is that they take time to charge. Not long, but you can't start casting with a fireball coming at you. Also, if your ward isn't negated by an incoming spell, it will recharge itself after a moment or two. Just be careful. Casting wards requires constant concentration, and you can easily find yourself drained of your magical reserves.
All right. And, so what exactly do you know about alteration magic?
I can certainly share a bit of what I know.
All right. I know that's a little weird, but we actually are going to train a little bit in alteration. So we're just going to train about 2 levels in alteration. And, do you have anything for sale in alteration, if possible?
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
All right. Let's see what we got here then. So, Electrosphere. Interesting. Erase spell. Wild Healing. I don't like that. That doesn't seem very nice. Burden, Candlelight, Drop Zone, Ease Burden, Flame. Ease Burden improves by 50 points for 240 seconds. That's not too bad. Improves the caster's flame or fire resistance. Sorry about that. Fox Skin, not bad. Frost Shell. Sorry about that, guys. By 10%. That's not too bad, and that's... You know what, sir? I'll buy that from you. And I think that's probably all we're gonna buy from him for now. Novice robes. Interesting. And enchantments, that's cool. Alright. Well, thank you, sir.
All right then.
Okay, so he said meet him by Sarthal in a few hours. What time is it? It is 3:18 p.m. Oh, so I guess we're going to be having a bit of a night class, huh? Like a little eating area, I suppose. A little upstairs cafeteria, if you may. So, I think Juillen is going to head back to his room. And,
Always encouraging to see the younger generations embrace
study some spells. And then we will be back in a little bit. So I'll be back when I do that, and I'll see you in just a bit, guys. Alright, I think that's everything. Okay, so Juillen learned a few spells. Let's see the ones that we've favorited so far. So we have Clairvoyance, because I am going to be getting a mod probably within the next episode that disables the quest marker. I hate quest markers. I I hate quest markers if there is a reliable way to play the game without quest markers, because obviously there are some, you know, and that's the big issue I have about Skyrim mainly, is the fact that if you don't have another way to play without the quest marker, game's impossible. But clairvoyance, if you've never, you know, actually took the time to look, it gives you a little path. It literally tells you kind of where to go, and it's a magical alternative to the quest marker, and I think that is perfect for Juillen, so we're definitely going to be using that. We also have Conjure Familiar, which will probably be upgraded fairly soon. We have Dragon Skin, which is one of our powers rather than a magical ability. Firebolt, Frost Shell, Healing, Lesser Ward, the Necklace of the Wraith King, Open Locks, Resourcefulness, Sparks, Steel Mace, Torch, and Weather Sense. So, what on earth? Y'all are gonna, you know, laugh at me and stuff, but what on earth is that? What are groups? You could, you can laugh at me all you want, and if you want to put it down in the comments what groups are, that'd be super helpful. But, anyway, so yeah, we have studied and learned a few new spells, and we are going to head around, explore for a little bit before we have to head off to the college. Just kind of, you know, glance around. Looks like everybody else's rooms are kind of, you know, standard, same as ours. We have the Hall of Attainment. Thought that's where we were already. Let's continue. So if you haven't already noticed, the College of Winterhold is obviously different. I've downloaded a mod which kind of revamps the College of Winterhold. It's Immersive College of Winterhold. Really, really great mod. It comes really, really recommended. And so this is what I've done. It's really, really interesting. Examine dissection. The fungi are being carefully dissected to reveal their internal structure. Alchemy XP plus 50. Wait, so like alchemy, like the skill. Well, that's downright awesome. So, okay, well, what about this one? Same, okay, it was the same thing though. Examine book. The tome contains a catalog of Tamrielic flora and fauna with alchemical indictations. Is that how you say that? With information regarding location, abundance, and properties. And some more alchemy experience. Really, really interesting. Open cabinet. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Steal from drawer. Well, we don't want to steal, but... Arcane enchant. Okay, Arcane Enchanter. And it looks like... Okay, so if we read this, do we get enchanting experience? The tome illustrates methods of implementing more advanced enchantments using standard enchantment tables. Oh, okay, and we got a level up. Wonderful. That is really, really interesting. So we're actually kind of learning, in a sense, in the college where we're, you know, going around and learning things. That's really, really cool. I like that. Okay, so scrolls are 2% more powerful and or last 4% longer per enchantment level. That's very, very interesting. Death blows with enchanted weapons to creatures but not people trap 5% of the victim's soul, recharging the weapon. Does not apply to staves. Staff channeler. When a staff is equipped, all weapon enchantments drain 25 less charge, and you gain a small amount of enchanting experience in combat. Okay, yes. Because we're probably going to be getting into staves fairly soon. We are going to have a main weapon, and that's actually something we're about to do right now. And I have already thought of a wonderful. Various arcane formulae are illustrated. Alchemy experience. Okay. I already have thought of a name for our weapon, and I am quite pleased with myself. The name has a bit of a backstory. Not a backstory necessarily with the character, just kind of in the world. But I'm going to disenchant some of these things as we talk about it. We are also going to disenchant one of these, not a ring, and not either of those. And we're also going to put some clothes back on, because when you disenchant stuff that you're wearing, even if it's not the exact object you're wearing, it takes it off your body, and that's weird. Juillen's not going to be standing here, enchanting stuff while he's naked. Leather armor of alteration. So I guess we have another thing to enchant. Leather armor of alteration. Yes, okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, so we are going to enchant the steel mace. And petty soul gem or lesser soul gem. Petty is, well, their price, so this one's more expensive. Okay. So we're going to use this one. And I do realize that this is a really, really small soul gem, and I could buy more. And, in the future, Juillen can easily capture, larger souls. But that's not the point. Juillen is growing. He's not going to start out with an amazing mace. We're going to come out with really, really crappy weapons at the start. But nonetheless, this is where we're going. And I've also decided which enchantment we're going to be using. It's going to be Threshold Death. Living target gets stacked 11 points, cursed for 20 seconds, and is slain when this exceeds its health. We're actually going to move that down to 10. It's going to give us 15 charges instead of 13. And I like that. So 15 hits before we have to recharge it. Not too bad. We don't use our mace too much. So, that's going to give us a fair amount of use. And the name of this, I'm pretty proud of. I am, just over the moon with my thought. And some of you are going to think it's rather dumb, but it is Magnagi. If you don't know about a little bit of the backstory of the Elder Scrolls, when the world was created, it was created by the Divines. They were tricked into making it by Lorcan. And Lorcan didn't tell the Divines that creating all of Nirn, all of, the world of the Elder Scrolls, essentially, the actual world that they live in, not, the lore of the Elder Scrolls, but that creating of it took a little bit of their immortality, took a little bit of their power, and locked them into the realm of Mundus. And the architect of Mundus, who is Magnus, like the deity of magic, essentially, the embodiment of magic, he was not a big fan of this. When he found out that, part of his power is going to be taken away, he fled Mundus. He ran away, and he punched a hole into Aetherius, which is like the outer realm of Mundus, like the magical, heavenly kind of realm. And that hole was the sun. Well, when he fled, his children also fled. And these children were called Magnagi. Now, it's not written the same as I've written it here. I've written it different slightly, just because. But the children of Magnagi also punched tiny little holes, and you might have already, caught on. They were the stars. And in this sense, we are creating a child. We're creating something. We're enchanting a piece of equipment, Juillen's mace. His child, his Magnagi. And so Juillen himself is Magnus, not in the literal sense, not in my canon or anything like that, but just Juillen is the he is growing. He is becoming this master mage. He's not there yet by any sense of the word, but he's getting there, and this is his start, and this is his child, Magni. And Magni will most likely change its physical form. Its enchantment might change, but Magni is going to be Juillen's mace. So we're going to craft this up. See, there we go. We're going to craft this up. Yes. And just like that, here we are with Magni, Juillen's mace. And some of you might think this is a little overblown, a little bit too much flair for just a little enchanted mace. But whenever I create my characters in the game, I like to give them a little bit of life. I like to give them a little bit of, epicness in a way. And one of the ways that I do that, even with mage characters, is giving them a weapon, giving them something that's a signature to their character. And in this Let's Play, I've had swords and others, I've had mauls and others, and hammers and maces occasionally, and bows. But in this one, Juillen is going to have a mace, and it is going to be called Magni. And while this was easily one of the shorter episodes, I am going to end it here. This is just a little bit of a taste of the college, and we're going to end it here, and we'll be back at the college in the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, I certainly did, but if you enjoyed it, make sure to click the like button. If you really enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, and I will be back soon with the next one, guys. Thanks.